Good morning. We will pay attention to bad debts recovered today. If we write off the debt of a debtor because we assume that we will never receive the money from them, we debit bad debts to create the expense and credit the debtor's control to close off their accounts. One of these debtors pay the amount after we've written off the amount in the debtor's ledger and close the debtor's account. The amount that we receive will be recorded in the cash receipts journal. The amount is posted to the bad debts recovered account or because it's an income for the business. Do not record the entry in the debtor's ledger or in the debtor's control account because the debtor's account was already written off and it was closed and filed, so you don't have that account anymore. If you incorrectly record the entry on the credit side of the debtor, you will create a debtor with a credit balance. And if a person has a credit balance, it means that we owe money to them. Then we have to pay the money back to them. So we don't want to give them their money back. We created an expense when we wrote off the bad debts. Now we have to create an income because we receive the money again. Amount owed by Martins was 160 Rand. The debt was written off. So when we wrote it off, we recorded in the general journal bad debts debit to create the expense and debit the bad debts account. We credited M. Martin's account in the debtors ledger with 160 and we credited our debtors control with 160 Rand. If Martins comes in and he pays money now, it means that we receive 100 Rand. So we have to record it in our cash receipts journal to increase the money in the bank, and we will record it in the bad debts recovered account to create an income. The debtors control account had a balance on the debit side. When the person didn't pay his account, we credited the debtors with 160 and debited bad debts to close off the debtors control and create the expense. When we receive this money, we debit bank to increase the money in the bank and we create an income, bad debts recovered. In the debtors ledger, you showed the 160 Rand when we closed off the account because we wrote off bad debts, and there was no balance left over in that account. So after we wrote off bad debts, you can never record an entry in the debtor's account because then you will create an liability. Bad debts recovered must have a credit balance because all income in the business has credit balances. Credit losses recovered cancels the original entry that we made when we created bad debts, that was an expense. The amount recovered will increase the profit of the business because now the business earns income again. No entry is recorded in the debtors control account when the debt is paid because the account was already written off when we wrote off bad debts. And therefore, the money that you receive must be credited in the bad debts recovered account. You can never write in the debtors account after you've written off his account.